my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden. Here is where I empower women to reclaim their authentic power, embrace their inner wisdom, and transform life's most challenges. Transitions into profound opportunities for spiritual growth and self-discovery. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Subscribe to the newsletter at Elizabeth Magical Garden, as well as check out my podcast at Elizabeth Magical Garden, which goes live every single Thursday. Hi, my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, today is one of those hocus pocus days because I've been going live and it's been muting. Okay, it's been muting and it is what it is. We are going to move forward. I want to say thank you to all the ones who have been stopping by and awaiting the episode. You know, you guys, we know how we are at the beck and call of these internet. So there we go. But guys, we are going to pivot and we're going to move forward. How are you guys doing? My name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, we have a delicious segment that I am so adamant. I can't even get the words out, right? Because I've been doing this all day. I am so excited about this particular episode because I feel that a lot of us is suffering from a place of feeling like the ship has passed us by. If I had to even say hours has passed us by, because I've been on here making sure to bring this episode to you guys. But you know what? Is in real time. This goes to show you when you want something bad enough, you will stop at nothing to make sure that it goes through. So guys, welcome back to the episode. Guys, it is July, okay? And it's already towards the middle, dare I say the end. The other day I seen a commercial with back to school on a television. So shout out to all the mothers, shout out to all the people that are getting the things ready for the children to go back to school. Some of you guys are about to see your kids in college. Some of them are already in college. He is in college right now. I can't believe it. I still could remember when he was just a little toddler. Okay. Now he's in college, a handsome young man. I'm so happy. So shout out to all the kids that are back in school, doing the things, doing the positive things, because it's not easy, especially in today's world, right? So today's topic, you know, when I came across this topic, I said to myself, this is a perfect topic because with these phones, with everything going on in the world, it is very easy to feel as if life is passing us by. It is very easy to feel that you are late to the party, especially you have devoted most of your life towards whether it's your education, your kids, business. A lot of us are in the second act, right? We are moving forward, and now it's a season where you can be made to feel that you are late to the party. You can be made to feel that, you know what, you're just too old and maybe you don't have what it takes. But I'm here to debunk that thought process, because why? God knows you're late. God will use your late. Anyone who feels behind, this segment is for you. So be sure to listen to the whole segment because you don't want to miss out. Because I have some tips that will definitely help put you in a different life, put you in a place, in a mindset where not only can you seize the moment, but also conquer those thoughts, right? Get rid of those thought patterns that will not allow you to see yourself in your best light. Because God will use your, right? Can still be right on time. You can still be right on time regardless of what the naysayers will say to you. No matter what you have read, no matter what you have seen, no matter what's going on behind you and in front of you and all around you, you are not too late. You are right on time. Because here's the thing. A lot of times we have to experience life from a different perspective in order for us to maintain and to obtain the tools that is needed for us to conquer and move forward. A lot of times you had to experience the things that you had to experience in order for you to have the wisdom to move forward in life in a way that is not only eloquent, right, but also comes from strength, right? Because pain, lack thereof, builds strength and wisdom. A lot of times we can feel bowed down and feel stressed. You may not be feeling yourself. You feel a little weak nowadays. You may be feeling like, oh, am I am I getting old? Is this season in my life for me to start this new journey? Am I too old? Do I no longer have the zeal to move forward in life? All these young girls, all these young people around me, they're doing the TikToks and the knickknacks and all the things and all of the above. Do I even have the strength to move forward? And I'm going to let you do. When God chose Moses, he was already middle-aged. He wasn't a young man. When he chose Moses, that was stuttering. He had a speech impediment. He was not a man of his youth anymore. Okay, he was over there herding sheep. He had ran away because he committed murder, and they found that he was not who he was supposed to be, right? God chose him anyway. God chose him to lead his people out of Egypt. He led thousands upon millions of people out of poverty in order for God to see the people through. He used Moses, right? When God chose Martin to cause a revolution, a peaceful revolution that no one had ever seen before, to move forward, God had gave him that ability. See, I believe that we all ability to move forward in life in such an eloquent way, in such a way of strength and prosperity that we could never see, because why? We are so stuck in this thought process of thinking that we are too old. Martha Stewart, she started her business when she was 50. You know, they say that you don't really discover who you are till you're past well into your 40s. So I don't know where it's this thing where you start to feel that you are older. People are living longer, my dears. People are looking better. People are stronger now than ever. Well past their 50s, well past their 60s, well past their 70s. Like, people are doing their thing. I saw a picture of Patti LaBelle. I said, okay, girl, do it. And I believe she's way into her 70s. Tina was in her 40s when she made one of her greatest hits. She's been on the scene for a very long time, but when What Love Got to Do with It, she was in her 40s. Okay? So you are exactly where you need to be. You are as fly, as beautiful, as eloquent as you need to be. And do not let the things that you have achieved, a lot of times we could get to a place of of prosperity. You may be in a space where you have created so many things. You can visit any island that you choose to. You have achieved the things. You bought the homes, you have the rides, you have a driver, you have the things that will allow you to live a life to where on the outside everyone is jealous. Everybody wants you. There's just this thing. There's this thing that you never achieved. Only you know what it is. There's this desire that you have inside of you that eats at you at night. And there's no one to talk to about it. Because why? Because when you do say these things, they say, oh, well, how much more do you want? You already achieved X, Y, and Z. Why do you want to go off and do this? Like, only kids could be telling you, well, mom, why would you want to do this when you did everything already? Who's to say that you did everything already? Only God can say what you did. Right? And I believe that God constantly challenges us with these dreams and aspirations because he has a desire to continue showing us who he really is. And the only way that this can continue happening is if we are continuously in a position, finding ourselves, I should say, in a position where only a miracle can see that through. Because there is no schooling, no amount of money that can truly put you in this base of prosperity within your mind and in your spirit and in your soul. Because you ever see, like, sometimes you might be affluent in your money, but then your health may be at jeopardy. You may be very healthy, but then your bank account is at jeopardy. You may have both, but then you are lonely. Your relationship may be at jeopardy. Here's the thing. There's always going to be something to work on. There's something where you may feel behind on. But it doesn't mean that this is true. And one of the things that I believe that will help us on this journey is being cheerful. Being cheerful, being faith-filled, with encouragement, with knowledge, with wisdom. Because see, when you have cheer, regardless of what is happening, regardless of what is taking place in your life, when you have cheer, when you come from a level of gratitude, there's something that happens in your spirit. There's something that everybody is able to experience with just being around you. Because you're defying all the odds. There's so many things. Why does she, you know that person when you see they always are smiling, they always are put together, and you're saying to yourself, how is so? Didn't she go through this? Didn't her husband leave her? Didn't she lose this? Didn't she lose that job? Didn't she not get that position? What they don't see is who's right there behind you. Okay? What they don't see is the angels that God has put before you, that has led you, that you have known in your spirit, that you know in your spirit that you must follow, because that spirit, that angel is leading you towards the land that God has already told for you, that has the land of milk and honey, as he told the Israelites, right? He told them to follow the angels that he had put before them, because that will lead them towards the milk of honey, right? God has already paved the way. See, God lead you in a place of, oh, oops, I think they have water over there. I don't know. Let me go see real quick. God is not going to lead you in a space of despair. He is never going to take you out of a place that he brought you in the first place to only take you to a place that will destroy you. See, the thing is, you cannot see the pavement. You cannot see where those footsteps are leading you to. You cannot see where the land of prosperity is. So you're afraid. That fear is what's holding you back. You have the inability to see forth. But that doesn't mean that God does not know what he has for you. And see, the thing is, once you change your perspective, once you look to have wisdom, which is God, once you allow that wisdom to take place in your spirit, see, the thing is, you no longer have to know where it is. See, I don't even care no more. I don't even want to know, okay? Because I want what God, I'm afraid that the thing that I might know might be wrong. So guess what? Every single day I start over. Every single day I say, God, lead my steps. God, lead my voice. God, let me touch on the lives that need to be under the sound of my voice. And if you are under the sound of my voice today, because see, I believe that this message was trying not to happen, because this is the third time that I have went to record this message, because I believe that there is somebody right now that needs to hear this message so bad. You may be in your office, you may be in your corner office, you may be in your room, you may be in your prayer closet, that you are hearing the sound, you are under the sound of my voice, and you are hearing there's something. See, it's not about me, it's what come through me. It's not about my words. It's about how my words are penetrating you. It's not about my penetration. It's the power of God that's being ignited in your heart, in your spirit at this very moment. Because there is a reason why things don't go right the first time. There is a reason why things do not go right the second time. But see, there's something about that third. It's something about that third. It's something about that last act. See, the Trinity, there is power in the three. There's something about that three. It's something about that number three. See, God did not make a mistake when it came to relationships. I don't believe ever a mistake when it comes to the relationship, when it comes between you, God, and the Holy Spirit. See, I don't care what you believe, what I believe, what I know. I don't care what I believe. What I know is there is a God that loves us so much that he aches to have a relationship with us. He aches to have a relationship so bad that he sent his only begotten son in order for us to establish a newfound relationship through the Holy Spirit, through him and with him. There's no need to be afraid. There's no need to feel that you are late. There's no need to fear that you will not have the things that's needed in order for you to get to the next level, guys. Because I tell you, fear will never go away. It's always going to eat at you. It's always going to pull at your side. But see, the thing is, it's just like a ball and chain that want to hold you down. It's like it wants to tear you down. You know, they say crabs in a barrel, but guess what? As long as you stretch, as long as you reach, as long as you ask, you shall receive. Period. And that's what faith does. That's what faith does. Faith-filled builds encouragement, and encouragement builds enlightenment, right? Because now you are able to rise again after the setback, after the mistake, right? In all the seasons of silence, when you didn't have a vision, when you didn't have a hankering to know, should you go forward, you take 10 steps back. But guess what? Even with the 10 steps back, you're still on time. Even with the 2 steps forward, you're still on time. See, there's no angle on where you step that is ever a step that you're never right on time. Because see, God knew every single way. I call it the Matrix, right? You remember the Matrix when he was in that and Neo was that's when the CG was different, and he had the hands and everything like that. Guess what? And none of them bullets could catch him. That's you. That's you. You, baby, looking fine as ever. That's you, looking beautiful with your fine self, strutting through this world, in this world that want to push its evil doings on you, but it can't. Because you are shielded, you are covered. Because while you chose to be here, you chose, when you said that I too shall make a way. I am not going to allow this to take me down. I am going to live this life. I choose to wake up this morning. I choose to brush my teeth. I choose to wash my face. I choose to comb my hair. I choose to put on that outfit. I choose to show up at my best, despite thereof. Right? Next is having real conversations. See, there's something about a real conversation. Real conversations start with yourself and start with your loved ones, your colleagues, those who look towards you. Because there comes a time where we can no longer show up in the same outfit, the same self, the same attitude, and expect different in lives. A lot of times, you know how as women, we'll say, well, you should just know. This is what men are always complaining about, right? You should just know. I shouldn't have to tell you anything. You should just know. And I feel you, girl, right? But here's the thing. Come in a little closer. Okay? And I'm holding your hand as I tell you this. Okay? No one either, right? Maybe I give it to you. Maybe you could read minds, right? Guess what? No one else can. Right? You have to get to a place in your life where you feel confident in speaking your mind. A lot of times we hide behind fear, but it's really the cowarding. I hope I'm saying that right. You're cowering away from having those tough conversations. And no, those tough conversations never feel good. No one loves to have tough conversations, but that doesn't mean that they don't need to be had. You may have to tell your colleague, hey, I can't, do your work and my work anymore. Sorry. I got some other things I'm doing over here, right? Because why shouldn't you get that promotion? Why should you sit back and watch somebody else shine when you are doing all the work? All because you can't open your mouth and say no. Why should you do all the work in the house when you have grown kids? Here it is, they just dumping dishes in the sink when here you are over here trying to study for an exam, and you're wondering why you can't stay awake when you go to class. Bad enough you're already in night school and going to work, right? You may have to tell your kids that you can't watch your grandkids every weekend. Yeah, I know you love those grandbabies. But guess what? If you are starting to advance, you're not going to be able to do that and have crying children in the background asking for your attention when especially you did that already. Right? It's time for a change. It's time for a brand new season. You can't expect different and still show up the same. The only way people are going to understand that you are in a new season is if you show up brand new. Now, I don't want to scare anybody. So we have these difficult conversations. And you know what? They may not be as difficult as you think, because anyone that truly loves you, that wants good for you, will understand. And for those who don't, well, they're just going to have to sit on the sidelines. What can I say? Taking practical steps to rebuild confidence. It's not something that's a one and done. It's baby steps upon baby steps upon baby steps. It's what builds confidence. Being consistent in that way. Moving your mind, reading the things, reading books that's going to open up the way of thinking. Having you see life from a different point of view, obtaining a new perspective, allowing you to accept what God has already put within you, renewed. That's a good one. That was profound. You know what? Ziglar, I love when he says that. I get from him when he says, anytime I say that was profound, I like to, just in case you didn't know, I get that from him. Listen to people to speeches that will pour into you. At night, I like to listen to people, and I like to listen to old inspirational speeches, depending on how I'm feeling, for the week, for the day, depending on what I need. I like to listen to and pour into myself. Pour into yourself instead of, catching up on the latest this third and all these different shows. Sit with yourself, have a cup of tea or wine, whatever beverage you choose. I'm not gonna lie, I'm loving a little Pinot Grigio. Okay, 3 olives, 3 olives, and a cute Pinot is a thing. But those who do not partake in a little wine, have a little tea. Right? Sit with yourself, cozy up with something that's going to feed you, that's going to put you in a thought process that will allow you to think and think big. No longer are we showing up small, guys. No longer are we in the space of small ship. That ship has sailed. Another profound. It's failed. That ship has failed. No longer are we in the space that we have a seat on the small ship. Okay? Matter of fact, we on a private plane. Like to say, the plane. Okay? I might be dating myself, you remember? Okay, well, anyway. But seriously, see big things for yourself. Take practical steps. Start to write down your vision. Start to write down the things that you know that is in you. It's cute to have it in your mind. Daydream all day. We could daydream all day, but there's something about pen and paper. And if you really want to get and manifest, write it down in blue ink. Look it up, and you can thank me later. Okay? Write it down in blue ink. Create the scene. Light a candle. Put on some good incense. Play some jazz. Play some soothing music. Some acoustics. And write it down. You'd be surprised what will come through, right? Next is healing. Guys, okay, so you find yourself in this healing journey. And me personally, I feel like the healing journey is a forever sentence. I don't ever feel like anything is ever fully healed. And that's the thing. A lot of times you are waiting, to heal. Oh, I'm still healing. I'm still waiting. I'm still not over this. When are you ever going to be fully over anything? I don't think anyone that is walking on earth literally healed of any one thing 100%. I do think that there's situations where you are maybe healed or 99.9% healed, but there's always something. There's always there's answers that has never been answered. There's so many other things that if you sit there and you think about it, it's like, you know what? I'm still due an answer for that. And I'm here to tell you, you may not ever get the answer. So then what? What do you do next? Do you adapt the trauma bonding? Having relationships, a lot of times you're not even aware of the relationships that you have over your life over the course of the years because you choose to always rehash your past pains. And you know those conversations I talk of. It's like, oh, well, let me tell you what happened. And you think this is bad. Well, let me tell you what happened this. And oh my goodness, oh, you serious? Yeah. And then let me tell you, yeah, I've been through this. And then you're sitting here having these hurtful conversations, breathing new light into the pain that you worked so hard to get past. And now don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's okay to revisit, but I'm talking about those things that you just constantly, and now you start to have these relationships. You start to build these relationships with different type of people that hold you to certain areas in your life because that's how they know you. That's not their fault, right? You may want to, it may be time to let go of those type of relationships. Because until you start to set space for something new in your life, you will continue getting the same thing that you didn't want in your life. They say doing the same thing and expecting different is levels of insanity. So, right? So get your scissors out and start clipping away from those trauma bonding relationships. And I'm going to tell you something. It could be close. It could be far. It could be whatever. But I'm telling you, you got to let go of that baggage. It's time. It's time. You no longer have the space or the time. And time is valuable, guys. Time is precious. And here it is. You're whoring out your time left and right, feeding it to any which way, rather than honing in, taking back your time to build a legacy, living in purpose. Because how can you live or find your purpose if you are always in healing mode? Think about it. How can you do anything? How can you hear what God has? How can you build a level with faith and understand God's character if you are always in this despair and healing mode? And I'm not talking about if you just experience something right now on where you are in your life. I mean, obviously you need some time to heal. Okay? It's important to heal. I'm talking about the things that has passed. I'm not putting a time. Hold up now. I'm not putting a time on how long you're supposed to heal now. That's between you and God. But what I am saying is it does come a time where you're going to have to take your luggage, your pain luggage, and move on down. Okay? Because life is happening. Life is moving, whether you healed or not. So you might as well use that pain and make some money. Okay? Build a life. Build a legacy. Because this is a different type of life. People are living longer now, guys. People are healthier. People are looking younger. No longer are the days where you are in your soft rollers moo at the age of 40. You remember the moo guys? You remember the moo? Okay? No longer the days. You got grandmothers looking sexier than ever. Like people are aging backwards. Dare I say, the women that are in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s are looking better than the young ones. It's beyond me. And I really believe it's not even so much the way they look, it's the confidence behind that look. Because there's something that no one could ever take away from you, which is your wisdom. You got time on your hand, baby. You got time. And when you can honestly say that you have conquered and you have moved past while still achieving, you built and got your education, now you can take a vacation whenever you want. You have purchased a homes. You have built a ecosystem within a system while experiencing different things in your life that was supposed to break you down and set you back. But what you did was still move forward. See, it's easy for people to say, oh, you think you are all that. Well, baby, I am. I am all that. Because no one knows the sleepless nights. No one knows the pain and the tears that you cried. No one knows the things that's been inflicted. And yes, it could seem like, you know what, you have it all together. And no one is going to come hither for you, because you always look like you have it together. But see, you know what you've been through. You know the suffering, the pains you have inflicted on yourself, been through, the thought processes, the things, the demons that you had to fight through. Don't you deserve to celebrate yourself in this second act? Don't you deserve to bring light to the fruits that God has bestowed upon you? Yeah, maybe you're not in a season to bear children anymore, but it doesn't mean that you cannot dreams. Learning to let God turn pain into wisdom and pursue it into prosperity. Prepare for a new season. Build a new season. Receive a new season in your life that only God could have done, while everybody else watch. And last but not least, a reminder you can replay all week. And here we go. God isn't finished with you. You can rest today stronger, wiser, and healed by grace. God loves you. God will use your late blessing right now. You are exactly where you need to be. There is no question, no doubt about that. And that, my friend, is your wealth, is your new beginning, is your grace, is your prosperity. Guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Be sure to subscribe to my vlog channel at Elizbeth Magical Garden, where I go live on that platform as well. I would love to have you be part of that community. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast channel at Elizbeth Magical Garden. All the links will be down below. Oh, and I would like to give a special shout out. Yes, a special shout out to all my new subscribers. Thank you guys for being part of this journey. Guys, stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay empowered. Hey guys, leave a comment, a review, preferably 5 stars. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram, because what is popping over there. And also check out my YouTube channel. Just stay connected and see your girl's lovely face. Guys, I love you so much. Keep on pushing, and I'll definitely speak to you soon. Be blessed.